So we're making progress on the roof. We have a good 2/3 of the first bay covered. It's going quite well. It's a little tricky getting it up underneath since we're doing a 12-inch overlap. And I'll do a separate video on that and why we're doing it and the slopes and the calculations involved, and of course the big test will be when it rains for a few days in a row. Do we get any leaks? That's the big test, and over throughout the winter. But I'll show you the logic behind choosing 12-inch overlap. It's going to use more aluminum. The more overlap you have, the more you're going to use, but I really want this roof to stay and be good. So the other thing I should show you is, I don't know if you can tell. Well, yeah, I think you can tell. I actually am switching the aluminum what I'm buying, and I'll do a separate video on comparisons and why I chose what I chose and why I'm switching. I still like the other, but I'm having a hard time getting it, so that's the problem. As far as screwing it down, we're doing 2 inches from the edge, the bottom edge, and then 4 inches into the other one. And I was doing a little bit heavier up there, but I've decided it's a little, I don't need to go that heavy, so I'm doing more like 14, 16 inches in between on the edge one, and then in between I'm going to space them out a little bit more, like 2 feet. So that's, I'm down to the edge here. It is calling for rain the next couple days, so we are going to have some boards that get wet, but at least most of the roof is not going to get wet, and hopefully it doesn't expand them too much and they go back to where they're supposed to be, and then I can cover up the rest. We next we'll be putting on more roof boards. Lucas has been working on caulking and the posts, so they're looking really good and looking really good. I really think this is going to be a great addition to the house and more comfortable parking area. And the biggest reason of all is to get that water away from the house on this side further, much further, which we've already achieved that. So that should keep the gym area much drier. We can repair that floor this winter, and hopefully that'll be the last time we ever have to repair that floor. And hopefully it cuts down on the amount of moisture in the basement. It's not terrible, but every little bit of moisture adds up and causes issues. So you need some normal moisture in your living area, but anything above that is just damaging. Okay, let's gonna call it not working on this the rest of the day. I need to go do my other job, and we have to pick up our truck. The muffler fell off, so got to pick that up. But I'm not worried about the color difference. I think it'll be fine. And we'll take a closer look at the different aluminums and the variabilities. Okay. Amy's out with the dogs. And most of the leaves are falling off. Except for the oaks. The oaks like to hold them on. Especially the red oaks and the white oaks. Although this white oak, well, it still has a bunch on.